let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about keeping up, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, of course tell some friends. Make sure you follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, we're talking about keeping it up here in the, we're all about in the VCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise your testosterone and your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about keeping it up. And yes, it's not just about keeping that huge piece of meat that's swinging at the knees, have it throbbing at the pecs, give it a kiss. How you doing? Hitting it right off rip with one of that. But what we're talking about essentially is keeping your mind up, because everybody out there has a whole bunch of, beliefs and thoughts of what you can or cannot create. And it's all about, getting out of your own way, keeping yourself up, letting yourself know that you can change the grow at any single time. And it's just more or less about getting out of your own way, which is why I always say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. You got to be a clear conduit for growth. And of course, keeping that, keeping your, making, when you're edging that, your penis, of course, you're making that thing as hard as you can, is something that will definitely increase your size. Because me, I'm all, about the pump factor, and the more that you keep something hard, the better off you are. But you are in charge of your own mind, and at any given time you can go ahead and change and rearrange the way that you're thinking today, and that's going to free up the space for you to really just let things in and let it come to you, and understand that everybody out there has a shot. And you know where I'm going with this, because every single day, just go ahead and take this breath with me. Before my feet hit the ground, before I got a breath I can recollect, just take this with me. It feels beautiful. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful, because gratitude is the attitude. That's right. Every single day you got to give thanks and praise, because you got a breath in your lungs. You got to wake up today. You got a shot at life, and that's a beautiful thing. That's something you got to know, and that's what we go with every single flow. And when we're talking about, keeping that motivation up, keeping the smile up, because like I say, the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And when you got that type of energy and the way that you're going with your own, intuition for your big penis manifestation and putting things into fruition, you're going to understand that it's you that's going to be making, yourself your best version, and getting out of your own way and letting yourself know that the thoughts and the things and everything that may or may not be is all what you have inside of you to create. And of course, there's exercises and a whole bunch of techniques that, I teach here hands-on in a BCC. If you want to get at me, we're talking about masturbation for manifestation. We're talking about the jelqing, the kegels, the edging, the super edging, all these techniques that are continuously ongoing, growing. And I'm always, I'm always showing tremendous results, and I'm here to help you, become your best version, put them into your own, your own flow. And like I say, there's no wrong way to grow. And, you don't have to be doing things, every single day at this time, and you don't have to have a certain type of schedule and make, the rhyme to your reason for what you got to be, because essentially you're the one that can change everything that you need inside anyways. And when you understand that, you're the one that's going to be able to say, all right, if I'm doing this today, I'm going to be helping myself, make my muscles bigger, I'm going to make my penis bigger. You're understanding that you're raising your testosterone, and it might not be in the, a traditional, way of you got to do it like this or do it like that, because like I say, there's a million different ways. We're talking a 2-way, 3-way, 4-way, a whole bunch of just people appearing up and down the street type of way that are going to tell you how to grow. But really what it comes down to is just trusting your own flow and understanding that you got the power to make it happen. So with that, I gotta say salute. I've been sleeping for about, 20 hours, man. I've been busy doing some stuff, and you know me, I always got to recuperate, and I recoverate. Let me take a quick sip. You know what I mean? I'm just getting in my, getting my flow going for the day, and it's a beautiful thing that I gotta say. So salute. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And you know me, always holding my accountability. And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. Of course, you know me, Mr. Larson. Having my, I like to have my beer after, exercise or at the end of the day, whenever I gotta get my, just gotta make it right. And that's not something that I convey and intend on everybody to do. If everybody's got their own flow to their, what makes them happy. If you gotta have a Coca-Cola, a Coke and a smile, if you're gonna have to, do or whatever you got to do to make you have a toke. I don't condone the use of drugs, but I don't condone the use of not you being you. So whatever you got to do to make yourself feel something, go ahead and do it. And understand that whatever you're doing something right. Like, and I had a pint of Guinness. I'm talking in the past couple of videos how that Irish guy told me it's a pint of goodness. And that is something that I really believe, that whenever you believe that whatever you're doing, you're on the right side of the good, that's when you're helping yourself grow. So if you're like, if you're drinking something and you're like, I shouldn't be drinking this, or I shouldn't be eating meat, or I shouldn't, then you shouldn't be doing it. But if you're eating something like, man, this is really good, I really love this steak, I really love this beer, I really love the way this is making me feel, you are in the state of appreciation. And when you are in the receptive mode of appreciating what you got, that's how you grow. And, keeping yourself happy along the way is definitely something that's going to really help you appreciate, what you are. Because you are beautiful as is what, you ought to know. And everybody out there, I intend on us to grow and understand that everything inside, your heart is really what it all comes down to, man. You got to start loving yourself. I intend on all you guys to be confident being naked and understand that you're a beautiful person. You got purpose here. You know me. I might as well share my matrix hack, since I got that heart pumping on that chakra line. You know how I go. You know my rhymes. You know the flow. But nevertheless, it's just one of the best ways to relieve the stress, because you might have done something earlier today, or, have somebody on your mind that, whatever it may be, just whatever it is, just intend on that person, that soul, to feel love in some type of way, to feel beautiful today. And you go along your day and you just hacked the matrix. You just made the world a better place. And it doesn't matter, like I said, you can hear somebody on the other line of the phone. Whenever you're going through life and you're just intending on people that are around you to feel beautiful, you're going to be bringing that energy back into you. And when you're starting with loving yourself, looking in that mirror, saying, how you doing, being proud of what you are, I mean, that's really what it all comes down to. And I heard this, this beautiful, I always listen to some beautiful quotes along the way. And, how people talk about, you create your own prison in here. And, of course, Neville Goddard, and then the guy, the sad guru, and then, of course, I created my own prison, Scott Stapp with Creed. Had to throw it out there, you know what I mean, just to, let you know that it's your mind that creates your own prison. And if you're trying to, if you're intending on making yourself feel beautiful, you got to understand that you have everything in you right now. And you're going to understand that you ain't got to worry about somebody else's depiction of what perfection is. You just got to be confident and understand that you have a beautiful piece swinging between your knees as is, and you're going to be making it as the best that you will, and you're going to feel beautiful for just the sake of growing it. And when you're doing these exercises and you're feeling confident along the way, you're going to sleep, like I say in like my construct theory and my construct videos, where you're talking about, intending on changing, your body before you go to bed. Much like the Matrix, we're talking about, Keanu Reeves, and when he's talking to Tank back at the, he's talking about him to load his guns or whatever. He's like, I need guns, load me. And he's like, we're talking about loading these guns, you know what I mean? So like before you go to sleep, like you're in that white room where you can essentially load everything that you need to grow. And that's why I always feel like you should just feel huge, or feel whatever you got to feel, while in the present, because that's going to help you, flow and grow, and that's what's going to get you the results that you need to have. It's going to keep you motivated along the way, and there's no wrong way to this. Like I always say, man, all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you. So when you're going to sleep at night, and you're understanding that, you know, you are the one that's creating your own, you know, perception, or your residual self-image, as Morpheus might say. But you know what we're going with today. We're talking about you're the one that's going to create the feeling of what it is to be huge, or what it is to just have the confidence of, you know, having that, you know, that huge piece of meat, you know, satisfying your partner, whatever that may be. But, you know, the most important thing is, you know, the love factor of loving yourself and feeling beautiful for just being here, because everybody should be confident in who they are and comfortable in their own skin. And like I say, if you're grinning, you're winning. So go out there and smile a day. Like I say, man, if you guys, you know, scroll a gram or whatever it might be to make yourself happy, and, you know, looking at, you know, some comedy, some type of movie, or some type of Netflix and chill that you might be on, maybe a slice of pizza. Who knows what's going on? You know me, full moon's got me acting all kinds of ways, because you know me, I'm a lunatic. It's a beautiful thing, man, getting it all charged up, man, after just, you know, having my craziness flow today, you know, laying low, staying up for a couple of days, taking care of whatever I got to do. But nonetheless, I'm here telling you to always stay up today, not just your penis, but keeping your whole, you know, overall being up. And since we're talking about staying up, I might as well show you the mind and muscle connection every single time, to show you that energy is always there for you to grab, man. It's just radiating around you, man, and that's something that you should just be appreciative of and respect it, and just go ahead, get out there and just feel it any single time that somebody's trying to tell you that, oh, I feel like this, I feel like that. You got a breath in your lungs, you got a shot. So you remember that, man. That's something you got to go with every single time people, you know, anybody's trying to bring you down, because you're the one that's going to bring yourself back up. We're talking about growing huge. We're talking about becoming the giants that we are, man. We're talking about being massive, having that huge piece of meat, thrive to the pecs, give it a kiss. How you doing? Not worrying about the gremlins at your feet. You know what I'm saying, man. We're talking about growing huge. And we're talking about every single time. Whenever I'm doing this rhyme, I like to preach about Paramahansa Yogananda. I'm sweating right now in this chair. Detroit Rock City is heating up a little bit. But I'm, you know, it doesn't mean, of course, you know, to you guys out in Florida and Cali, it's not hot to you. But it's over here to this crazy Detroit Rock City. Dago Jesus just doing his thing, sweating in this chair, man, with the long hair flowing, skin glowing, body growing, and spirit knowing I'm doing something right. I'm always here to tell you that energy's there, and what Paramahansa Yogananda says is the mind is the wielder of muscle. So you are the one that is going to be putting the mind into the size. It doesn't matter about your diet. All that matters is what you believe and however you feel. And there's nothing more than a juicy pump that can make you feel what the grow is all about in this flow. And whenever you guys say a few positive mantras to get you through this, you go ahead and you say, I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. And another great one is things are always working out for me. That's an Abraham Hicks, but it's worth sharing even while I'm doing this. And another one that's great, well, you know, whenever you're at the gym or pumping one out, you go ahead and just be grateful and say, I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined, abundantly. And of course, for the penis, I'm so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder, abundantly. And then whenever you got to get one last rep out, you go ahead and you scream and you shout, or at least feel it in your head. Understand that you could put arousal behind this. And, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, when I'm at the gym, it's like I'm coming, like, oh, yeah. He's really aroused because he's feeling himself grow. And whenever you got to go ahead and go with my flow, scream and shout if you got it, but just feel it and just say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh, yeah. 2020, getting lit, getting ripped, growing huge. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it, man. Whew. Sweating right now, dude. Feeling extra anabolic, man. It's a beautiful thing. Feeling extra virile. You gotta love that, man. Gotcha. I don't know if you guys can cash at me for that. You know what I'm saying. So, oh yeah, antifreeze. Had it with the Hulk Hogan line. Real quick, Suburban Commando. Taking me another quick Rocky Mountain water. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, universe. Putting the good in me, man. And you know, like people that are always talking about staying hydrated, I believe that beer keeps me hydrated, man. It's really good for you. And I understand that it helps muscles, it helps you, you know, it's got nutraceuticals and a whole bunch of great things to help you grow. And if you get into the old school bodybuilder flow and understand that Egyptians used to drink it while they were building pyramids, and those guys were pretty ripped, and, you know, bodybuilders like even Arnold was drinking beer back in the day. You know, of course, you might be seeing other things now about whatever, but regardless, whenever you look into the old school bodybuilding ways and techniques that brought people up, beer was one of the staples of it. And I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that I'm always on the side of the good, because no matter what, you flip a coin, whatever new fad diet is out there, they're going to tell you why you should fast, why you shouldn't fast, why you should eat meat, why you shouldn't eat meat. What it all comes down to is you. You got the power to decide. You can always keep yourself up. And don't let anybody keep you down about, you know, comparing yourself. Oh, this guy's doing that and this is really working for him. You can make the best of what you got right now, because everything is already inside of you. Like I say, man, you got to go inside to really understand that everything's already here. And when you keep that clear, letting that beauty appear, you understand that you can channel what's going on. We're talking Hercules, we're talking Priapus, we're talking about all these gods that are essentially existing all through us, and we got the power to tap into that at any given time. And you ain't got to let anybody tell you any differently. You got a right to your belief. But I'm not here to get in anybody's way. I always preach love. And to me, that's the most important factor of this all anyways, man. That's really what it all comes down. Loving yourself is, you know, that's one of the greatest gifts that you can give to the world. Because the more that you love you, the more people are going to love you back. And the more that you can, you know, the more that you're going to spread out, man. It's the yin and the yang. It's the wu-wei flow. You know how I'm going with, man, every single day, the path of least resistance, man. Just doing things in a non-particular order. Just going with the ride, man. Enjoying your time. Smiling as much as you can. And every single day, I'm always here to just let you know that, you know, you got a shot. You can change your mind at any given time, man. And like I say, if I could change, you could change. Everybody could change. I had to hit you with a Rocky 4 line before I go. And of course, you know what I gotta say, might as well give you the triple D, just to let you know that it's real. No, we ain't talking Guy Fieri. We're talking don't doubt your dick. We're talking about don't make your stick. Just stick, make it a huge, massive log that you're proud of. Be proud of your meat. Unless, you know, you're somebody that you get your laughs out of making fun of yourself. But don't be the sad clown. You calling Apollo Creed a clown? Don't make yourself the clown, man. That's really what it all comes down to. Just, well, at least, you know, if you're the happy clown, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? We're talking about, I don't know why I'm thinking about the Seinfeld right now. You know, Bozo the clown, man. You're talking about, you're living in the past, man. Bozo's a clown from the 60s. You know me. Movie buff, TV buff, and all things that make, I like being buff. You know what it all comes down to, man. Anything that makes you laugh, man. And you really just got to be proud of yourself. And go out there and smile today. Spread some love. I intend on all of us to spread some love, feel some love, be some love, grow huge, be massive. Talking about growing into the giant gods that we are, man. We're talking about just being huge. Not worrying about them gremlins down there. We're talking about just being massive, just full of love, spreading that love every single way. Of course, not stomping on your best friend's house, but you know what we're getting at here. It all comes from like out of Rocky, like, you know, absolutely. You know, but anyways, man, before I go, just want, you know, intend on you guys to feel beautiful today and spread love today. Keep yourself smiling every single day that you can. Stay up, baby. That's what it's all about. So, and like I said, man, I'll teach you some techniques along the way. If you want to hear some crazy story in my full moon update, man, when I was running into a guy that looked like Doc from Back to the Future, only instead of making the flux capacitor, he might be making meth. You can check that out a little bit. But either way, you know, like I said, man, make sure you guys are following me on my social media. Check out my kid. He's always taking care of the neighborhood. He's been called the Floyd Mayweather of cats by some. Either way, my wolf, you know, my wolf and my bear are always there. And then, of course, who knows where I'm going to be. 2020 is full of some trips, full of some surprises, and who knows, man. Plenty of beautiful ways to grow. Drop me a line in the email, and I can put together, you know, something special for you. So, like I said, man, I'll be seeing you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.